Stephen, would you like to add to that?
Real quick. The amount of explosives required for a building like this, scaling from other controlled demolitions, works out to about 1,000 to 1,300 pounds for the towers, each tower, and roughly half that for the building 7. Now that sounds like a lot, 1,000 pounds. Let's see, what is it?
I love the way that Niels Harrod done.
So it's half a ton. There you go. That's a good way. Okay. So anyway, you know, with a crew. So the one thing is that with a crew of say a dozen people, it's not hard to imagine getting that amount of material in. It's not difficult. The next thing is for the towers, and actually also for building 7. What you need to do is get into the core columns. This is according to engineers like Ross Gordon, 9/11. Journal of 9/11 Studies, and Frank Legge. And you'll see, to get into the core columns, now the towers, those are away from the office area. They're in the core, and elevator access would be quite possible. Without office workers really knowing, except they would see elevator maintenance, which was common, we understand, before 9/11. And so, you know, it's really not infeasible to get in there. And then furthermore, my thought is that this would be probably outsourced. You'd have non-Americans doing the work, and then they're out of the picture. They can't, you know, how do you trace? And then as Richard mentioned, the security, we would like to question the security agencies, companies. Securicom was Marvin Bush, right? Brother of George W. So, you know, I mean, there's some suspicious things there too. But we know who to ask, at least some of the people to ask. And then it's just like in a criminal trial, you start asking the most obvious people. And, okay, Manetta is a good one. Cheney might be a little reluctant to speak. You know, Cheney refused to testify under oath to the 9/11 Commission. Okay.
Often with humour, we saw with Niels Harrod when he commented, they said, it was an interview in Holland, I think, and they said, well, how did they get this material in there? And he goes, on pallets. You know, it's not rocket science, is it? You know?
Yeah. By the way, Niels is doing a great job in Europe.
So awesome. We would have had him here, but the budget didn't allow. Next question, please.
With Run the Dud globalising running around the world like Globetrotter and shooting his mouth off, how long do you reckon it'll be before we get a 9/11 attack here in Australia?
Okay, it's a little off topic.
That does worry me.
Yeah, of course, I think it worries, concerns everybody, and that's why we're interested in exposing it.
Apart from the Rialto building in Melbourne, I don't think we've got any twin towers.
But Rick, if I could say, I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, the way you prevented it from happening is by exposing 9/11 in itself. You know, we shouldn't be afraid of anything but our inconsistency to act. We have to act. We can prevent these false flags from happening by exposing previous ones throughout history, and especially this one. Governments, they didn't start doing this on 9/11. They've been doing this for years and centuries before, and we need to expose that to the whole general public.